What up, everybody? It's your boy Solo Foe, and I'm back with another episode of So What's the Issue? And today I'm going to be talking about the Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion situation. And the first thing that I want to say, it is never okay to make it seem like you want to be with somebody committedly and then pull the rug from under them. I don't care if it's boy, I don't care if it's girl, I don't care whether you like a person, I don't give a fuck if you do like the person. You cannot. We need to stop doing that in this community specifically, making it seem like we want to be with a person, knowing good and well we want to be promiscuous, and then making somebody. And the reason why we do it is because we want to get in bed. And I'm going to say this as men. Men want to get in bed with a woman, so they sell them good dreams. A man will sell a woman a whole bunch of fucking good dreams, and they really mean it at first. I'm going to tell you, honestly, a man really means the shit that he says. Like, hey, I really care for you. I really like your vibe. You really, like, most of the time, gorgeous women or whatever. And you do really mean the shit that you're saying. But the problem is once that puppy dog phase love goes away, once the relationship actually tips over into actual relationship obligations and stuff like that, that's when men start to fall off that boat. That's when men start to, once the nagging starts, it's not just nagging. I want females to know it's not just stuff that y'all do. So do not listen to any person out here telling you, girl, the reason why is because you don't suck enough. And what the reason why is because you don't cook and clean. Or the reason why is because it's not you. Females, I'm going to let y'all know right now, if a man wants to cheat, there is not one simple thing that y'all can do in this world, and there's not one extreme thing that y'all can do in this world to stop a nigga from cheating. But what I did not like about this whole situation was people taking their feelings towards Meg and making it seem like what Klay did was okay because of her history. Yes, she does have a history, but all women have a history. I don't give a fuck what woman that you use. If you broadcast a woman's history, it's going to look bad any type of way. But niggas, we got to start taking accountability the same way the other way. If we line up every female that we mess with, ain't nobody ever going to blink an eye. Nobody cares. Nobody's ever going to take a second look at anything that, we do as a man. We're quote unquote supposed to rack up bodies, which creates this whole culture of basically what we do to these women. We take these women and we take advantage of their vulnerability. And once we know we got them in a position where they're basically ours, we start dealing with other women. Like that type of routine has got to stop. This whole cheating on whatever, but this is the way shit should happen. The way that it really should happen, which you niggas are scared to do because you're scared that it won't result in you getting any ass, is telling females straight up front. And I don't mean you have to do it on the very first day. You do not have to do this part on the very first day. You can get with a woman, talk to a woman, take her out to eat, dine her. You can do a lot of shit with a woman. But then, once you see that it's about to get intimate, niggas, we got to start doing this before shit gets intimate. Hey, I'm really not that nigga that's really into real committed relationships and putting that option out there for women so women can see where our minds truly are. Because the whole time that we've been running this game, we have been running a game in a monogamous form. We done let females feel like what we're doing is going to be monogamous, taking them out to eat, taking them out to go do all of this stuff. And then the second that, niggas aren't prone to telling females, hey, look, you're not going to be my only one, because that that's going to be a potential or a possibility of that woman not fucking you. And that's the part where all of this shit goes wrong. Men have to start taking accountability in that part of the relationship. But what people, like to talk about with this Megan thing is like, but she was a hoe. I get it. And this is what I will say. Meg was dead wrong for what she did to the dude Partisan. I don't know what his real name is. I don't know what the name is, so excuse me for botching it if I got it wrong. But if she did exactly that same thing to Partisans, where she built up the relationship as if it was going to be on a monogamous level, where it was just going to be him and her, and then once she got him settled into her place in the position that made him hers, basically, and then started fucking with other niggas on the side, that's dead wrong. Any person that manipulates a person into thinking that a relationship is going to be set up one way and then pulls that rug, they're dead fucking wrong. And people believe in karma. I get that part. If you want to say that this is Meg's karma for what she did to Partisans, that's one thing. But anything that has to do with the Tory Lanez situation, anything that has to do with anything with the baby and all of that shit is off limits, because what Klay did was completely separate from what them niggas did. Like, Klay is somebody, he didn't, making this narrative that because she's a hoe is the reason why Klay turned around and did what he did. No, Klay is a rich, famous nigga. Rich, famous niggas that got options are not going to treat a woman in a monogamous way. And that's just how it is. So don't use any man, because I see men attacking the women on this level. Do not attack women with the defense of, but at the same time, she was a hoe, so that was the reason. No. Meg is a bad looking female. When I tell you Meg is bad, and niggas would suck the fart out of her asshole if they could. That's the reason why Klay got with her. That's what made Klay want to be with her. But then when Klay got with her and got all the things that he wanted out of her, once it started to getting into, it's the clockwork. You start looking at the clock like, all right, look, cool, shit. She been here for a while. I done fucked her a couple times. We done did all we can do at this point. But that's the part that you got to let people know up front, because you know that about yourself. You know that once a female is around for so long that they're not going to be your only option. That's where niggas really go wrong with this situation. We decide to really, and I don't know how much it happens on the woman's side. I'm not going to sit here and speak for the woman's side, because I do believe that it does happen. But do I believe that it happens just as much as it does that niggas do it? No, I do not believe that. But it's the clockwork of it. Around a certain time, your body and your mind is going to say, hey, look, we done fucked like 5, 7, 10 times, and I mean, it doesn't do anything for me no more. And now you on to the next new exciting adventure with a new woman. But it should be, niggas, the female already done sat down with you. For us to be niggas, they done already sat down with you. You done already put them on the hook. There is nothing, absolutely nothing the fuck wrong with saying, hey, look, I'm going to be honest before we take this shit and go on an intimate level, because I know how things get when it gets on an intimate level. Give that person the option to choose, like, hey, man, look, you know what? It was a cool vibe. We can finish hanging out for the night or whatever. But you know what? That part ain't for me. I am looking for a long-term committed relationship. But niggas are scared of that answer. Niggas don't want to hear that. Niggas don't want that to even be on the table. So they would rather not even risk even losing out on the opportunity. They would rather, hey, look, I done cracked again, and I done cracked again. And that part is fun. But then once the relationship, and like I said, women, there is nothing that you can do to stop this part of the process. There's nothing that you can do to halt this part of the process. Once a nigga, and same thing with females, I guess, but once a nigga specifically gets bored, gets tired, or gets regular with a specific woman, he's going to start being promiscuous, because it's going to be a girl at work. It's going to be a girl in the hood if niggas are selling dope and shit like that. I'm going to tell you right now, if a nigga is serving weed in the hood, if a nigga is selling whatever in the hood, when a female is coming around and she got a fat ass and she got a cute face or whatever the fuck it is, and even females be like, oh, these niggas out here be fucking all these ugly hoes, da 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 da. Yes, okay. Once a female becomes regular and makes a nigga smile, he's going to try to fuck. I'm not making no excuses for niggas. That's exactly what niggas is gonna do. So when niggas sit here and keep running this game over and over like it's gonna be whatever, I want every woman right here, right today to teach their daughters, because I don't want to say it's too late for our generation, but teach y'all daughters that exact process, that learning bridge that no female gets taught, because the fathers aren't in these women's lives while they're coming up to tell these women, while these young girls at the time, hey, look, it's going to be a game. They're going to talk to you like they love you. They're going to do everything right. And it's going to feel super, super special. You're going to feel like his world. But the second that he gets regular with you, the second that he gets, once that relationship really bridges into being a relationship, anything can throw that off. I mean, like literally anything can throw that off. It could literally just be a female at work that laughed at a joke and a nigga's dick is going to swing straight up. It's just going to swing straight up and niggas is going to go for it every single fucking time. So women, there's nothing that y'all can do about that process. All y'all can do is find the niggas that work the most honest. That's the reason why you cannot have a baby with a nigga in the first 2 years. You have to wait a bare minimum of 2 fucking years before you have a baby with anybody. And I mean, on the man's side, on the woman's side, I don't give a fuck what side it is. All this having babies in the first 3 months, in the first 4 months, in the first 2 weeks, all of that shit's got to stop. That's the reason why our situation is so fucked up in the hood. I'm not saying that every relationship that spans past 2 years is amazing and they all have kids and they live a perfect. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is I am so fucking tired of hearing women say, and I'm not coming at women, but it is coming at y'all in a slight bit. I didn't know what type of person he was. I know. You had a baby with him in 3 months. You didn't know what he was like in real life, moving together, the stresses of being together, just y'all being together in a long-term committed relationship. You do not get a chance to digest how a person is in the first couple of months of being with a person. So yes, it's going to seem like the rug is ripped from under you every single time. You cannot keep having babies with these niggas in less than 2 years, because I'm telling you, these niggas is going to do it every time. These niggas only give a fuck about the pussy that they getting at the time. So the second that you get tired of getting cheated on, the second that you get tired of this nigga doing whatever the fuck he's doing that's annoying you and he's got to move on, that's the second that he's going to go and commit to that new relationship. Am I making it right? No, I'm by far not making it right that niggas decide, hey, look, now that I'm not dealing with my old woman no more, now that I'm not dealing with my baby mama no more, I don't need to be her specific whatever, because that bitch over there, she got her own job. She get Section 8. She get food stamp for the kid. That's what these niggas be saying to themselves. That's how they rationalize the shit. They looking at it from the aspect of like, hey, I got bills over here at this house. I got this and that going, and even for the couch hoppers. I'm telling you, this is exactly what they thinking. They thinking like, hey, look, I got my own shit going on over here. So all that shit that was going on back there, that's on you. Like, I'm not dealing with that shit. Cause niggas is only thinking about the pussy that they getting at that specific time. Nigga, if you're not the one that's giving him ass at that time, I can already tell you, just chalk it up as you're not getting shit from that nigga. That nigga's not gonna help you out with not a one fucking thing. So give yourself to grow tired of these niggas, because these niggas is gonna play a real cool, good game, make you feel so fucking special in the first couple of months. And that's what Klay did. You see, Meg was talking about, oh, I went and met with your mama. You had me cooking. I was doing all of this stuff, I thought that this was the direction but niggas, once they get in that settled form or that settled mindset, the very first thing that they're going to do is, all right, it's not as refreshing as the new thing. Like, Meg can be as bad as she want. We all know Meg is bad. Everybody knows Meg is bad. It ain't got nothing to do with looks. It ain't got nothing to do with her past. Because if it had something to do with her past, the relationship wouldn't have lasted as long as it did. It would have not made it past the point that it did. And niggas can sit there and claim like, oh, I thought it was gonna be this and that. No. I'm gonna tell you, every nigga knows their body clock. Every nigga knows that, hey, it's some bad females out here, and I kind of want to catch them all like Pokemon. And that's just how it is in the world of being a nigga. So with that being said, I really hate how people are depicting the thought process of like, hey, you know what? It's Meg's fault that she got cheated on. No, the only thing Meg did wrong is what she did to Partisan. Whatever she did to Partisan, and if you believe in karma, that's what Meg did wrong. But all of this Tory Lanez and the baby and she's a lying bitch and all of that stuff ain't got nothing to do with that new situation. So from that logic, I'm going to make sure y'all know that nobody can ever recover from anything that they did in their past. And niggas should never be treated the way that they get treated because of the way that they do these females. But y'all come in and y'all give these niggas opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And it's just not right to just single in on Meg just because y'all feel like her personality or her character type is shady or whatever the fuck it is. I'm sorry. There's nothing that Meg could have did that could have stopped that situation. Even if Meg was the perfect woman at one point in time, if Meg literally went from being in a relationship, broke up on good terms just because they weren't seeing eye to eye or they weren't the same people or whatever two people would split up about, and then moved on to on to Klay, he would have did the same exact thing. So any nigga that's, waving their fists in the air to say, yeah, it was because she was a hoe before, that ain't got shit to do with it. Us as niggas are who the fuck we are as niggas. Either you are a cheater or you're not a cheater. That's the simple, plain and simple about it. If you feel like she deserved it because of what she did to the last nigga, like I said, because of karma, that's one thing. I agree that if you feel like I'm not a big karma guy. I don't care about karma because then if we do the karma thing, nobody ever deserves to get back up from anything. But if you are that, I'm not going to take it from you. So if you want to say the reason why Klay did what he did to her was because of karma, all right, cool. The universe just lined it up that way. But in reality, for me, the way that I break this shit down is every single nigga knows who the fuck they are. A cheater is a cheater, and a nigga that's loyal is a loyal nigga. That's not nothing that you can make up. And all that running game on females and then treating females a certain type of way and stuff like that, that's who a nigga is personally. I don't need no background to hear about no arguments. I don't need nothing. If anything was going wrong in their relationship specifically, they could have been grown-ups, Klay on his side too, before he messed with anybody else. He could have said, hey, look, this ain't the relationship I want to be in. But niggas like keeping females on that hook for as long as they possibly can. Want to keep reeling you in like, hey, look, cause look, babe, I'm sorry. Look, I swear to God it'll never happen again. Yes, the fuck it is. Cause every time something new comes up, a nigga's gonna go for it. If that's the type of nigga that nigga is. There's nothing that can change that. And I don't know why anybody would ever get on the internet and try to make it seem like it's because of her past. It's because of the niggas that she fucked before him that, that turned them off. No, that's not what turned them off. That's not what turned Klay off. If Klay was that turned off by it, he would have never gotten into it in the first fucking place. But what it was it was a good situation. It was a good look. It was a good situation, probably bomb body and no telling what happened in the bedroom type of thing. That's all one accord. All that stuff is on one accord. But Klay being who Klay is and every individual nigga being who the individual nigga is, that determines whether a nigga's gonna cheat or not. Don't shit else got nothing to do with that. And I'll say it again and again and again. So ladies, when y'all get with these niggas, do not have a baby with these niggas in the first year, in the first 2 years. Give them niggas some time to experience life. And I personally don't believe that anybody should have a baby before the age of 25 to 27. 27 is my number. 25 is if I'm being lenient, but bare minimum, be with a nigga for a bare minimum of 2 years so you can see what type of person, how they are in rough situations, when their parents die, whenever they're stressed out, if they're going to beat on you, if they're going to whatever. Before you let a nigga put that responsibility on you for the rest of your life, learn what type of nigga that is before. Am I saying Hey, women, y'all at fault. No, I'm not saying women, y'all at fault. What I'm saying is give yourself a chance at life because these niggas will fuck y'all life up before y'all get a chance to even live. And that's part of the reason why I hate. That's part of the reason why I specifically hate when older niggas fuck with younger females, because that they know exactly what the fuck they're doing. And people like to pull it, well, our mom was 25 and our dad was 37 or whatever the fuck number they like to pull out. And it's like, bro, okay, but at the time of them fucking with each other, if your mama was 22 and your dad was 30 years the fuck old, your daddy's fucking wrong. Your daddy is fucking wrong. And especially if they're not together. I don't want to hear none of that. Oh, well, it just didn't work because they were two different people. If your dad cheated on your mom when they were younger and they broke up around that time, that's the reason why I don't like all of these older niggas going and manipulate these younger minded women, because everything to them is a glowing stellar reason to be with a nigga. You show up in a car, you say that you got your own house, and for people of your own age, females would tell me like, hey, that's shit that you supposed to have. That shit that you supposed to be doing. So don't sit here and try to bring, that type of shit to a female of that age range, because they're going to look at you stupid because you're not impressing them. But what you're doing whenever you're specifically aiming for these 18, 16s, and all of these other young ass women, what you're doing is you're doing a manipulation, because you know what they're going to do is whatever situation they are, whoever the fuck they are, they're going to be like, oh, I got me a mature nigga. And maturity only means he got money, he got a car, or he got a house. And that's literally all that means to a 16, 17, or 18-year-old. And what I'm going to tell you is not in this way, because I don't want nobody to look at me this way. I've had conversations with females that are younger than me, females of the 22, 23, whatever age range, and just sitting down and having conversation with them. I swear to God, this shit ain't got nothing to do with the internet. I don't give a fuck. If you go and sit down with a 22-year-old girl, she is not talking about anything that I can relate to. Talking to them, I just be so fucking dumbfounded. And I really be thinking to myself in that moment, like, y'all niggas really be going and chasing after these young ass girls and fucking up their life before they even really know what the fuck a version of living is. And that's just on that note. But on the Klay and the Meg note, stop making all the fucking excuses to make it seem like y'all got the real reason why they really did what they did. The only real reason is to why Klay did what the fuck Klay did was because Klay Thompson is Klay the fuck Thompson. And I'm going to say this too on the back end of this video. Every time a female gets with a nigga because they're in the rap game or they're in the hip hop game, stop fucking saying that she made him famous. That's not fucking true. Females, I'm sorry. Y'all are not sports fanatics. Y'all are music and hip hop fanatics. Anything that has to do with black culture and fanaticism, I don't know what it's called, what the plural word is, but anything that has to do with fanaticism basically is what y'all follow behind in the black community. So Love and Hip Hop, The Shade Room, all of these things that just whatever, that's what y'all are attracted to. But there's a world outside of that. Now, niggas, if you ask me who are some of these stars on these female shows and shit like that, I don't know them. And I'm going to guarantee that 90% of niggas don't know who the fuck some of these women on these reality shows are. So if y'all said their name, we would be dumbfounded as fuck, like, who the fuck is that? And I've had females say, oh, you don't know who that is? Yes, I don't know who that is. So when you're not in that world, stop saying that everybody made everybody else. Because everybody did not make fucking everybody else just because they got together in a relationship. He just became more known to that side of a group, to that version of an audience. But anybody that watches sports, any nigga in any country knows who the fuck LeBron James is, knows who the fuck Steph Curry is, knows who the fuck Kevin Durant is. But y'all as females wouldn't know who a Şengün is or Luka Doncic, or when I say these other names, y'all wouldn't know that. So in just the way that if you said some baddies characters, niggas would be like, who? That's just how the fuck the world works. So stop every time every time, oh yeah, she is right, because who did know Stephon Diggs before Cardi B? Who did know Klay Thompson before this person? I'm sorry, you're not a sports fan. Anybody that's not a sports fan will be dumbfounded by somebody in the sports community. So stop making it seem like everybody's just brand new just because you just found out about them. But, that's just the back end of that. I actually got some more videos and more content that I'm about to do today. I got a lot of downtime on my hand. Hopefully y'all like that. I'm about to do another one as soon as I get down from this one. Hopefully everybody that tuned in tunes into the next one. It's going to be a little bit more juicy. All right, catch y'all.